Good Sunday morning and welcome back to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcome in the studio some first timers. They are some entrepreneurs. They are all owners of OMG Seafood. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Clayton Edwards, Chris Johnson, and Shane Billiot. Did I say that right? Last name is right. What's up? What's up, fellas? Good morning.
What's up, man?
We're doing well, man. So tell us about yourselves really quickly.
Well, my name is Christopher Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part owner of OMG Seafood. Realistically, just an entrepreneur out here in Houston, Texas. Just trying to make it happen.
First time entrepreneur, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll ask that question once everybody.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm Clayton Edwards, and this is I am co-owner of OMG Seafood. I'm also co-owner of Blacklist Marketing, which is a parent company to OMG Seafood and Live Oak Bar and Grill.
No doubt.
I'm Shane Billiot, co-owner of OMG Seafood. I own Bayou Brothers Seafood on Westheimer and a bunch of other restaurants. Got restaurants in Baton Rouge, restaurants out here in Houston. I do real estate and a bunch of other endeavors. But we're excited about this spot, especially linking up with Live Oak and Blacklist Marketing.
About to say, I feel like I shorted myself.
Reintroduce
myself.
You got to
I was just trying to be, a little facetious
that.
with the situation. But no, again, my name Christopher Johnson. I'm co-owner of OMG Seafood, co-owner of Live Oak, co-owner of Oak and Concrete Construction. I'm out here too.
Let it be known. So y'all are some first-time business owners in your family. What was the catalyst that made you want to say, you know what, we need our own. Forget this. I need the equity. I need to make my family be more wealthy, generational wealth. I need to build that generational wealth, not just that today I need it right now wealth.
Well, my family, basically, the way I grew up, the man that raised me was an entrepreneur. He also had a regular job, gave me a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, it was something that, I kind of got early. He make me write my goals down and things like that. And plus, I would always tell him, I ain't working for nobody. That was always my thing. When I was a kid, they would always, tell me I'd have to get a job. But I always be like, I'm not working for nobody. I'm going to work for myself. And I tried a lot of stuff, growing up. I started at 14, me and my cousin, God bless his soul, but we started a record label in high school, selling mixtapes and CDs, and eventually ended up linking up with some local rappers here in Houston, PSK 13. We created a record company, Night Shift Music. I was 17 years old. Did that till I was like maybe 19, 20 years old. We dropped a CD, Something to Lean To, sold a lot of copies here in Houston, the Southwest region, through Southwest Wholesale. From there, I went to college for like 2 years. Realized, I had more money than the kids that was in school with me. I'm coming to school 3-4 cars, at that point. So it was like for me, it was more of my family looking at it as if it couldn't happen. Mm-hmm. So my ideal situation was to show them that it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and here we are today.
And you guys are a part of something that is very important that's going on this week and next week, and that is Houston Black Restaurant Week. Yeah. What made y'all decide to be down with that?
I mean, Houston Black Restaurant Week was really, very strong. I mean, we were part of the first one with our other imprint, Live Oak, and it was very successful over the last 2 years. So, it was a natural fit for us. And then getting with Bayou Billy here, we were able to come on in and offer another restaurant style idea for them. So something, and I think this is the most that they've had, the most restaurants that they've had.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Most restaurants they done had this year. I mean, due to the small percentage of black ownership across the United States, if you look at restaurant ownership by black males or black people, period, it's only 8%.
8%.
Only 8%. So if you put that in kind of logical form, every 1 out of 12 restaurants that's open throughout the United States, that means only one is opened by and owned by a black person.
1 in 12.
1 out of 12.
So it's really important, man. That way, we need good role models. So owning a business is a good role model for everybody. It doesn't matter what you are, but especially if you want to increase ownership in the black community, they need people to look up to. Like for me, I grew up as a foster child. I grew up extremely poor, and I decided I wasn't gonna work for nobody. And I had a hard, long road. But it's funny because I didn't even notice. But the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, I read that when I was 17, and that's what got me on my journey.
Yeah.
And I went to the Army 4 years, served in Afghanistan for a year, and was able to save up a good bit of money. And when I got out, I started doing real estate. From real estate, it started going to I used to own over 100 vending machines, Coke machines, snack machines, candy machines. That led to owning more real estate. I started buying more rental properties, vacation rentals. And that led to boiling crawfish out of a shack. From there, started working with LA Boilers in Baton Rouge. That led to opening more spots in Baton Rouge, then coming out here to Houston with Bayou Brothers Seafood and OMG Seafood and linking up with Live Oak. Man, it just made sense because Live Oak, they as far as marketing, as far as them knowing the plugs here in Houston and them being on here in Houston. Man, I tried to go by their spot like twice. I've never even walked a foot in Live Oak before, but I've tried to drive into their spot twice, and I couldn't even get a parking space.
Yeah.
And there was no way y'all was gonna get valet parking because there was a line to get valet. It was bananas.
Yeah.
So they obviously
lit.
know what they're doing to get people in the door. So my other restaurants, they're more of a fast food model, Cajun fast food. My specialty's boiled crawfish, and I've been doing that. I've been boiling crawfish over 30 years. But this model, it's a bigger space. It's about 4,000 square feet. We have a patio. And if anybody can make it lit, like get the people in, it's Live Oak.
No doubt. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to the owners of OMG Seafood. They're also a part of Houston Black Restaurant Week, which is going on. Shout out to Warren and Derek and Fallon for putting this on. I think this is their 4th year, maybe. Yeah. And it's been like Chris said, it's been getting bigger and bigger every year. A lot of people have a lot of they think that when they offer a service or start a business, be it a restaurant or a boutique or whatever it may be, that the money is immediate. 1, 2 is that they think that they could probably make a lot off of a little. Can you talk about, first of all, how you got to spend money to make money, and that and some of the biggest misconceptions that new entrepreneurs may have?
Well, I'll tell you firsthand. I mean, the misconception is, and we've had success really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think we stepped into a lane that, I think we were all prepared for, but it really happened really, really fast. We created a business model that really resonated with the people. But I think one of the biggest misconceptions, especially about money and making money in business, is basically people honestly thinking that they're gonna be rich. Being rich is not something that you are.
It's a mindset.
Well, you have to earn to be rich. You have to make money to be rich. If you don't have a product to sell and you're not actually selling something, then there's no way that you're going to be rich. You could be rich in spirit. You can be rich in taste. You can be rich in a lot of things, but you won't be rich. The biggest misconception that I think us as blacks have with the financial situation is we look at money not for what money really is, and that goes to what you were saying. Money's basically a tool. It takes the money to make money. And a lot of the financial advice that we get is like, oh, I'm going to take $20, I'm going to make $40. I'm going to spend $100, I'm going to make $200. Well, that's not really the case in real life business. You have to understand that it's a growing process as far as the money's concerned, because if you realistically, to make $1 million today, you're going to spend at least $1 million to make $1 million. Realistic.
It takes time. It takes a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. I've opened locations where we got murdered. Like we have an OMG in College Station. Well, Bryan College Station. That as soon as we opened, we got killed. But and so it was overnight success. But it only did that because the promotion I did beforehand, and I've been doing this for 30 years. So it's not like opening that first spot where you got to get your first person to try your crawfish.
This man said 30 years.
I've been boiling crawfish since 7 years old.
He barely looks 30. You look
I'm
like
38.
you are 30.
I've been rolling crawfish since I was 7 years old, man.
Hey,
We didn't have electricity growing up, so we caught our own seafood, and we used cinder blocks where we made a fire to boil crawfish, to boil shrimp, boil crabs, and we cooked other items. And I'm talking about at the end of the night, we would have to scrape the pots to get the black tar off the pots. And that's every day. But that's how we ate.
It takes a lot of work. So you got to, if you want to be a business owner, basically, you got to work and you got to grind.
Right.
There is no
Hustle.
off days.
That's right.
There is no off days. All right. Well, fellas are a part of the Houston Black Restaurant Week, which is going on this week and next week. Where y'all at? Where can they follow y'all? All that good stuff. Give it all to the people.
All right, you can follow us on Instagram. It's OMG Seafood, and on Facebook it's OMG Seafood 529. Our location is 16510 FM 529. That's kind of in the Cypress area, but it is also a Houston location. And don't get confused. It's just we're kind of on the outskirts a little bit.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Into a new market.
Tapping into a new market and the exposure that y'all done already got. Because, I mean, I had heard of y'all before, just word of mouth, which, in my opinion, is probably the best form of advertisement. But yeah, thank y'all for coming through. And, Chris, I just want to say, like, you had the best when I have a lot of money people on, I always ask them, like, when it comes to financial literacy or education, like where the responsibility lied. Is that something that should be taught, in the home, or should, the schools be responsible for that? And you kind of gave the same answer as Diva Daughtry, who runs the Texas Black Women's Association, who told me her answer was, you got to respect money first.
Right.
If you don't respect money, then everything else it's pretty much gone, because she was saying how her grandmama was a part of one of the trustees at the church, and they counted the offering money and all of that, and she used to sit back
money
there.
Money becomes one of those things, KG, where it's like, if you make a lot of money really, really fast, you don't really understand money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it takes, I know people who go to school for finance and really still don't understand business. Just because you understand money don't always mean that you're going to be good at business. A lot of what business is having a good team. Right. Me hooking up with Crystal 3 years ago, me meeting Clayton 2 years ago, and now me meeting Billy, along with my other partner, Chad. Like for us, it's one of those things where you learn to not be the smartest person in the room always.
Gotta build a team.
Have somebody around you who knows what you don't know at some point, because at some point you just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So the fumble doesn't become the actual access to money or making money. The fumble becomes when you fumbled. You didn't pay attention. You didn't know. You didn't have somebody there to watch you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens with black business. We open up, we get the money. Next thing you know, we shining. Next thing you know, we close. And in between the time and in the meantime, it's a whole bunch of mess that went on that you just was a blind eye to. So it's not just managing money and understanding money, is actually watching business and understanding business too.
Hey.
That creates success.
Right.
And that's a word. So talk about the importance of supporting Houston Black Restaurant Week.
I mean, pretty much the importance of supporting Houston Black Restaurant Week, as far as it's not just about the business side. It's about the more side of the mind state side of what you're getting yourself into as becoming a black owner.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people think that a lot of us don't go to the bank and get us a $100,000 loan,
Right.
and we can't just go open up a business because a lot of us didn't go to school and learn marketing.
Mm.
I was a self-taught marketer. I started off as a nightclub promoter. I linked up with Crystal and CJ at Live Oak. We started a marketing firm, and now that's how we expand. We're no longer just a marketing firm. We are a bar and grill. We're a restaurant. We're a seafood restaurant. Right. So the importance of Black Restaurant Week is the importance of, because we such a small percentage of owners, but at the same time, y'all need to know the knowledge behind it. And really running a business and owning a business. You need marketing. You need a team. It's not a one-man show. It's not a one-man job. you need help. You need good workers. You need trustworthy managers. You need somebody, a PR person. You need a GM. I mean, you can be an owner, but you need a whole team, like Chris was saying, for you to actually run an establishment and be successful.
Right.
Because the biggest thing, too, KG, is like with us being able to spot potential investors, you know, being able to actually provide them with a product that they're willing to invest in. You know, I think somebody was talking about a song. I think I remember a song somebody said they was talking about starting a T-shirt company. I think one of the rappers said something about starting a T-shirt company. Well, I was younger, you know, that was kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
You put your name on the T-shirt, you sell your T-shirts, you know, and that was kind of cool.
Right.
Well, when you get older and you start thinking about real live residual income, you know, what are you really selling at this point? You know what I mean? You know, one of my favorite people in the world is Jay Prince. You know, I've been knowing him since I was 12 years old, and he's always been a mentor and a friend. Him, Red Boy, you know, Unzel. These are people who I look up to and I talk to on a regular, you know. But they've taught me to be poised, how to spot potential investors, and offer a product. You know, I wanted to be a rapper when I was young, right? But I watched The Godfather. And in The Godfather, one scene, the guy said, hey, man, he don't need another killer. He need lawyers. He need doctors, right? So you have to learn to put yourself in a position where you're valuable, where people actually want to do business with you because you can offer something that nobody else can. So while we sitting around, you know, everybody want to, you know, whatever we doing, you know, rap or whatever, you know, the lane gets so flooded at some point, but, you know, we not taking advantage of this. You know, that's kind of the importance of Nipsey Hussle. You know, I've been telling people for years, our kids need to start learning coding.
Yeah.
You know, I watched a video about Silicon Valley, and like I seen Silicon Valley. It's gorgeous. The streets are perfect. The grass is greener. The skies are bluer. They reds or redder. Like these people have created basically a utopia of money. And that's why Chameleonaire is rich still. Very rich.
Yep.
It's not because he targeted rap music. He got
went
smart.
to the tech
He went to the money. He went to the money, right? He went to the money, and
Shout
that's
out to
what
Chameleonaire with Convos. I got the Convos out.
Definitely, because and that's the thing. Once we learn to offer product that nobody else can offer, I mean, we're the coolest people on the planet.
Indeed.
Everybody want to be us. We can create anything. We can make anything look good. We have to start targeting. You know, a guy in Atlanta owns 180 garbage trucks, multi-millionaire garbage trucks. Amazon right now, we just talking about that, offering a program for $10,000. You can get 10 trucks. You go basically to Amazon. You're going to distribute through Amazon. You're going to have your own employees. At this,
oh, that's dope. I didn't hear about that.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. You got it. You got to know it. See, I watch CNN. I watch CNN.
Yeah.
I don't watch BET. You know,
I had to turn away from.
Yeah,
CNN.
I don't watch it.
I had to, you know, I had to consciously make a conscious decision because I get so invested in it,
Right.
and it's so much mess going on.
Right.
Like I just can't and so I've made a conscious decision. Like I'm gonna still pay attention.
Yeah, you
to
got
what's
to.
going on,
You
but
got
I
to.
can't be in it like I used to sit down and watch CNN,
telling you.
MSNBC, Fox News, like all of them like a basketball game. Like
Exactly.
I mean, because I'm getting every side, but now it's too much mess
But not politically.
going on.
See, I watch
you know.
finance.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
I
on the
watch
business
finance.
side.
Yeah, I don't watch the politics. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
We don't do politics. You know,
Yeah,
we
that
do
shit
money
is-
because
oof.
it's always money. It's always money. You know what I'm saying? So for us now, as a people, we have to learn that the bottom line is if we're not tangible in the system, then we don't work. Because there are only going to be so many KG Smooths. That spot is only so many people can sit there. If you're good at your job, you're going to be there for years. So the next person behind you, he might be waiting. And if he really want it, he going to wait. But guess what? He got somebody like you sitting in front of him, so guess what he going to have to do?
Wait.
You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. But he could get smarter. He could say, you know what? This radio thing was cool. I learned a lot from you, KG. I'm going to go open up wings and things or something. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
there's 1,000 ways for us to make money in this world. You know what I mean?
Man, you coming with the gems this morning.
Oh, no, I'm the truth,
I mean,
baby. I'm
geez,
the truth.
I
I'm the truth.
see.
That's a God-given.
I love
that's
it,
a
man.
God-given
She
gift.
should have been on the show, Crystal. What you doing?
God-given gift.
Holding back. Listen, listen. We done talked the whole segment. now I got to move some folk around because this conversation was so lit on the business, on the entrepreneur tip. Man, thank y'all. Man,
Thank you,
Chris,
man.
those are
Thank
some
you for
gems,
having
man. Man, Bayou Billiot, Clayton. Listen, we're going to see them. Go check them out, OMG Seafood. Follow them on Instagram. They're one of the restaurants that's participating in Houston Black Restaurant Week. Self-made, self-taught, self-everything, and doing it. When you were naming all of the different businesses that y'all have, I was in that moment, I was like, okay, they are a company that has different brands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
y'all
that's one of the first things, KG. They say you got to have about seven incomes.
Yeah, seven
streams
streams of income.
Yeah.
So that's what we headed.
Yeah.
You need a team to make it happen.
Definitely.
But you
Gotta
need
have
a
a team.
team, man.
Yeah.
You all are definitely some people to model after here in the H.
hope
You
so.
know what I'm saying? This is. We got a lot of neighborhood nips in Houston.
Right.
I know that personally because I'm the host of this show,
Right.
and everybody come through here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I opened this platform up for
We
that.
appreciate you.
And we just
And
getting
so-
started too.
Yeah,
We're just
well,
getting started.
no doubt. And thank you for that, Chris. And thank y'all for coming on.
Appreciate you.
KG got popped off the, KG, we popped off the brunch
Yeah,
back in Houston.
back in-
You know
yeah,
what
a
I'm
couple
saying?
years ago.
We
Yeah,
made,
yeah,
we
yeah.
made it cool to brunch again. Yeah, they ought to be.
Yeah,
Y'all
y'all were the first ones to have the Liddy brunches. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
believe
those
that.
were the
Believe that.
good times.
Yeah, they don't want to admit.
They don't
that.
want to admit that.
It's
no.
a brunch. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a brunch.
Yeah.
Hey, I man, thank y'all so much.
you,
I
KG.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
No doubt. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.